the preparedness world is a world of evolution. I'm saying that because in my last video I mentioned that preparedness is an evolving thing. Things do evolve with time, and therefore your gear evolves with you. You have to replace it to get new ones. I want to continue on that and add up to that video. One big issue that a lot of preppers have is as they upgrade gear, they retain the old gear. And that is not a bad thing per se. It is a good thing, in fact. I mentioned during that video that my son plans to gift the knife that he no longer used to somebody else. That was done because one of the things that I have implemented in my household is in order for you to get a piece of gear, you need to get rid of one. Now, there is no secret that us preppers have been called hoarders from the beginning of time. People say all the time, you guys just buy and put it away and buy more and put it away. And sometimes people are right. They're not wrong. Sometimes we have a hard time to get rid of things because we know that we're going to use it in the future. However, like you and I, we do have limited space where to put things. And I have found over the years that sometimes that old gear or things that we no longer use get in the way of us upgrading. What I'm trying to say here is we all need to focus on the main goal. The main goal is the old gear, we no longer use it, and we can do three things with that. One, we retain the gear and we utilize that space and we just let it be. Two, we sell that gear and we try to recuperate some of the money. Now, some of you might argue, well, you're never going to recuperate all the money. And I argue that because you're not only getting some money back, but all the knowledge that you acquire using that gear, that nobody can take away from you. So that is gain too. And third, you can gift it so somebody else can use it, and start the same way you did. Now, the first one that I mentioned, just keeping it and just put it away. Well, I want to caution you on that because if it's something that you're not going to use or that you don't see a use in the future, that takes a lot of space. And let's be realistic. We do get a lot of gear, whether it's food, water, and I'm going to include all of that into the word gear because otherwise I have to name it all the time. So water, ammo, boomsticks, everything related to prepping, I will call it gear from now on. Obviously, I'm going over to some of my gear. You guys can see it in the back. I'm putting out my spring, early summer gear, my tent actually. And I was going through some stuff, and I put a couple of things to the side that I was like, I'm not longer using this. I put other stuff to the side that I said, well, this I am going to use. And as I was doing that, I came to realize that, well, my organization system is not that bad. It's pretty good, actually. I try to take every space that I have, I try to utilize as much as possible. But I have been using the system that a lot of people shine away from it because you have to invest. You have to make it an investment on totes and whatnot. And sometimes that can add up to a bit of money. Now, my thing is, I'm happy to spend the money if it's going to protect my gear. The gear inside can be replaced, and the tote can protect that gear. I don't know if you are comfortable investing that money. Now, you got to look up, there are different totes, and, it is what it is. You got to look at your budget. That's all. One thing that I love to do is putting labels on mine. In fact, I am actually working in a project right now to go through everything and type a list of everything that I have and laminate that. Those are the totes that they're never going to change, whether it's because it's hunting, whether it's because it's camping, or certain things that I have to have all the time, no matter what. I mean, the gear inside will change, but overall, it will be a list of items that whether or not they'll get replaced, the item still will be there. So again, I want to share what I do. It's a very simple system, to tell you the truth. It's based on totes and whatnot. I consider myself somebody who organizes very well. Mrs. D can attest for that. I drive her crazy. I like to utilize every little cranny that we have. We live in a small cabin. In our prepper shed, we have to utilize everything because otherwise we run out of space and we don't have anywhere to put things. But I'm sharing this with you because, as you guys can see, here's my winter gear. Everything is in totes already. My summer gear is already in totes. For that summer gear, you guys are seeing now the food that I carry with me. Plenty of food for 3 days, and I try to put labels everywhere. I'm also sharing with you the tent that I use for fall and winter. That's if I'm going to use it. And of course, this is the one for spring and summertime. Now, why I'm saying all of this is because once in a while, you have to go through your gear. Sometimes you forget what you have. Sometimes you just, well, out of sight, out of mind, as the saying goes. And like me, you get busy and you sometimes forget. So it's always good practice just to go through your gear, especially the ones you have in totes, the ones that you don't see every day. Go through it, make sure everything is relevant to your needs. That way you don't carry anything that is unnecessary. Keep that in mind because space is a struggle that we all have to deal with, especially in the preparedness community. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. Like always, rock on, rip on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.